My name is Dynasty, and this is my second applied assignment post-reflection. So for this assignment plan, I am going to be conducting an interview. I will be interviewing my aunt. She is an educator and a director of a preschool. I chose this option because I'm not in a placement, but I believe that she can provide me with very insightful information and be a good mirror into how she runs her education center. So for the pre-work, I'm going to be focusing on the following 3 topics: teacher training and professional development. I want to know what resources are you providing to your teachers for them to be able to be successfully supporting dual language learners. I want to also focus on curriculum design and adaptations for dual language learners. I want to know, are you providing the necessary tools for dual language learners to exceed in their learning environment, and are things being changed, like individualized lesson plans, in order to better support them? And then finally, I'm focusing on language development and assessment. As we've learned, not all assessments are assessing, the right things, such as, dual language learners needing an assessment that might be in their first language. Moving on, some prior knowledge I had going into this interview is that during the earliest years of children's brains are highly receptive to acquiring multiple languages. Bilingualism, especially in the early years, can have cognitive, social, and emotional benefits. It's important to support the development of a child's home language alongside the acquisition of a second language. A culturally responsive curriculum ensures that children's diverse experiences are being reflected in the classroom. So during our interview, I was taking notes, and if you want to pause and read, on the left side is some things that we discussed and her responses, and then as you can see, just an email following up thanking you for participating in my interview. So some new learning that I got from conducting this interview is that depending on specific languages spoken by children in their classroom, teachers have the opportunity to receive additional language support training at her education center. Another thing I learned was that observing students in natural settings helps provide a holistic picture of their language skills beyond traditional testing. And I also learned about nonverbal assessments. We didn't go too much into that, but I did learn that there is a nonverbal assessment. So some further questions that I have, or looking back, that I would have wanted to ask is what specific content is covered in the cultural awareness training of your teachers? Like, does it address the needs of specific culture groups, or is it just more generalized to just all dual language learners in general? And then how often are formative assessments being conducted? We did talk about nonverbal assessments. How often are the formative assessments being conducted? And how are these results being communicated to the parents or guardians of the dual language learners, so that maybe we can best know how to support them moving forward? And lastly, are there any opportunities for dual language learners to interact with monolingual peers in meaningful ways to promote language acquisition? It's just as important that dual language learners engage with monolingual peers and monolingual peers engage with dual language learners, as it can be beneficial to both groups. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching.